Watching UGTV, your Urban Grind TV. We work in the streets. I'm your host, Duck Spitta, Stomp Down Entertainment. And I'm here with somebody that y'all should know. This dude is working the streets, man. This dude got a lot of y'all Chi-Town artists all blowing up the website. The blog sites is going down. This dude get like 1 million hits a day probably. I don't know if, man, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to introduce y'all to him. Y'all probably ain't even know that he's a white boy. But straight up. But the dude know his music, and he know what's hot in the street. So I'm going to introduce y'all to him. His name is Andrew Barber, and here he is. What's up, Andrew?
Good evening. What's up, UGTV? Thank you for having me on this evening.
How you doing today, Andrew?
I'm doing great, man. You know, I'm just blessed to be on the show and having everybody check out the site. I'm glad you guys are fans and are in tune with it, and you know.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Well, man, I gotta definitely give all congrats to your website, man, because I mean, you got my brother on there. I gotta give, because you looking out for the hood. You looking out for the guys that are out here on the grind every day, at it every day with this music thing. Tell me, what's the website?
The website is www.fakeshoredrive.com. You might know it as FSD. You might know it as Hate Shore Drive. You know, you can call whatever you want, but it is Fakeshoredrive. And just to clarify one thing, it has nothing to do with being fake. A lot of people like to ask me, why is a fake in the name? Well, strictly because it's just a play on words, just a play on a Chicago landmark, Lakeshore Drive. Okay. So people could always remember the name. You know, a lot of websites have names that are kind of like, what does that have to do with anything? Yeah. And since I'm highlighting Chicago artists and Chicago talent, I wanted to base that on a some kind of Chicago landmark. And honestly, one day I was just kind of sitting around in the fall of 2007, and the name just popped in my head. Fakeshore Drive. And
I like that name.
I don't know where, and honestly, I don't know where. I was hungover. It was like a Saturday after. I swear to God, it was like a Saturday afternoon. I was like, I'd studied the blog game very, like I was on. I saw all these people kind of, you know, making noise with their blogs and writing about music and doing this and that. And I studied it for a couple years before I jumped into it. I was like, they're doing a lot of really good stuff. This is kind of the future. I don't think that there's anything that they're doing that I couldn't do. I just had to find my own lane because a lot of the sites and a lot of websites are copycats.
So that's pretty much what drew you into doing that.
That and the fact that at that point in time, 2007, it seems like really the only rappers that were getting a lot of burn outside of Chicago, yeah. Kanye, Common, Lupe, and Twista. Yeah. And I was going to all these events and meeting all these people. You know, this is like when I first heard of the people like the Cool Kids, you know, Mano, Hollywood Holt, you know, that whole scene. I was like, this is a really cool scene. They had a lot of followers, a lot of stuff going on, but there was nobody covering them on the internet. And at that time, there was no blogs in Chicago. There was no really any bloggers. There were some websites. There's some websites doing their thing, but it was a different kind of format than, you know, you would go to shows then and there weren't people holding up cameras, taping it. There weren't a lot of that stuff going on. You know, there was TV stuff like what UGTV does, but I just saw a lane and I saw a whole group of people that were not being embraced and had no outlet on the internet. So I wanted to, you know, kind of give them a platform to be seen and heard. And luckily, it's been successful.
So you could say this is pretty much your first actual website, right?
My only website. Never had any kind of experience in doing websites. I'm not a tech guy. I don't know how to write HTML. I don't know how to I don't know how to even maintain the site. I can just post the stuff like I'm learning, but it's just I taught myself how to do it. No experience in music writing.
So easy, a baby can do it, y'all.
Seriously, like if you just have drive and you know what you want to do and you have a vision, anybody can really do it. Absolutely.
Right. And that's definitely what the Chi is about, man, trying to make things happen, you know what I'm saying, in the city, in the urban streets of Chicago. And that's definitely what you're doing out here, man. You putting these guys out here on. I mean, it's rough out here enough, and you know, a lot of people don't have that vision that you said that they have, and you doing definitely what's needed for the urban people out here in these streets. Yeah.
It's just kind of like, you know, you want to be forward thinking, and you always have to be thinking ahead. And with the way technology is going, the way music is being, so that's what's kind of different about the website. And I embrace everybody, the new generation, the young kids, the people my age, and then the people, the older generation, but a lot of the older guys that have been doing it for, since the 90s, they have kind of been slow on embracing the internet and really pushing forward to that. These guys are used to doing label deals and selling physical copies.
Right.
When that's kind of changed, it's more of here's a mixtape, download it for free. Here's my song, download it for free. I mean, it's a whole new ball game out there with the way that consumers listen to music, how they download music, how they purchase music, and how they're seen out and about. So it's just kind of trying to be on the cutting edge and staying ahead of what's going to be happening, and kind of being a forward thinker.
Yeah, definitely getting that music out there. You definitely gotta send that stuff out there so they can download it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting your music out there. A lot of people be holding on so tight to their CDs, not knowing how's anybody gonna hear you if they don't hear you.
That's the thing. It's kind of a double. Like, a lot of people don't want to be. Like, Lupe right now can go to the media and complain about, oh, I'm mad that my first single leaked. I'm pissed. This and that. He can do that, even though I'm sure he secretly wants people to leak his stuff. You want to have your music be in demand where it gets leaked and people actually want to seek it out and download it, and it drives like everybody. You want to be in that position, but then there's other people who they may have never been heard before. And they're just holding on to all this great material that the world may never hear.
Right.
So, I think it's a great thing. It has made a lot of internet superstars, and a lot of people are able to do shows and move around and get features and do different things. So,
Is there any other things that you plan on probably doing in the future?
Well, I definitely, blogging hasn't paid the bills yet.
Right.
It doesn't really. I still work a day job. I hopefully maybe one day can transition out of that into doing music full time. I would love to do that, but I'm trying to not keep all my eggs in just the blog basket. I would love to do a label. I would love to be able to produce videos, do more music videos. We just did a couple music videos for this project I have coming out with a producer by the name of Major Seventh. He's an up and coming Chicago producer.
Okay.
The name of the project's called The Breakout. We have a bunch of talented Chicago and national artists on it. Freddie Gibbs, who's from Gary, Mickey Halstead, Mike Terror. We just did videos with both of those camps. Knowledge from Kids in the Hall, GLC from Good Music, YP, just a bunch of different people. So.
Well, even on that note, I heard through a grapevine that you kind of doing videos too.
We did a couple, man. We did a couple. I kind of got my little producer or directorial debut helping write treatments and stuff like that. That's something that I've always wanted to do.
Right.
And I work very closely with the guy by the name of Brandon Intuition Riley, who did the Freddie Gibbs and Mickey video for On My Own. He's done videos with the Cool Kids, GLC, different artists. He's very, very talented. He kind of brings it all together, and I collaborate with him. And
what other projects that you plan on working on any time soon? Are you going to open up any more blog sites?
I probably won't open up any more blog sites at the time. I'm just kind of thinking about what my next move is going to be. I definitely want to keep it Fakeshoredrive, but I feel like a lot of times you might spread yourself too thin.
Yeah.
So I don't try to do too much. I definitely want to not keep all my eggs in one basket, but I don't want to have a bunch of different websites out. My main focus is Fakeshoredrive. But like I said, getting into A&R and music, putting out projects, helping other artists around the city, as much as I can, and helping them get to the next level, hopefully. So we'll have another breakout star soon.